Welcome to Tribe Talk, presented by Truist. With us is head football coach at William & Mary, Mike London, in preparation for what is a very big ball game. Coach, it's the Richmond Spiders coming to town on Saturday afternoon at 3:30 at Zabel Stadium. And I know you've been hit up probably many times for tickets, game strategy. I mean, this is a big rivalry between these two teams.
It is. I believe, 1898 it started, and right now we're currently 63 and 5 ties, and I've been on both sides, as a player, being in one particular place, but as an assistant and a head coach now, both sides, so it's important that this side, the side that I represent now, that we come out on top and we play well, and we get the Capital Cup back and, secure a 7th win and just see what happens after that.
Coach, I want to go back briefly about the tough loss versus James Madison in the fourth quarter. Your ball club pulled it to 1 score, and I know you're proud of the way your team played, but your analysis of that game for the Tribe.
Yeah, when you're playing a really good football team like James Madison is, you can't afford to have lapses or lulls and opportunities to shorten the field or the score. I thought defensively, we did a good job making them kick field goals a couple times inside the 10-yard line, keeping them out of the end zone. But it took us a while to get going, to get points. You got to score points, on the board there. So we did it the second half, but not enough. But and one of the things that you're proud of is the fact that the way we played 22-32 against number 2 in the country, no quit, resiliency, all those types of things. And so I'm proud of the guys. And you get to this point of the season now, Jay, with this being the last regular season game, that, you still have your lot that you're playing for, guaranteed a winning record for our seniors that are going out, a regular season winning record. And, and now some other opportunities may be extended to us with a win. So first things first is a victory against Richmond on Saturday.
Coach, you mentioned the seniors going out. It is senior day at Zabel Stadium. First of all, is that something that you really emphasize as a coach, or these seniors are going to be walking out with their parents and loved ones before the game? A lot of emotional filled game for those guys.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the build up to it has always been making note that, your football careers are not lasting forever. There's very few that are going to have a chance to go on to the NFL. But the world-class degree education that you got here, you're going to be able to apply it to whatever it is you want to do. But the competitiveness of playing college football is going to end. And it is emotional. Your parents get to see you. The culmination of the Little League games and all those things like that up until this point are coming to a conclusion. But, they've been prepared. And, sometimes when the reality of it, this is it, it starts nostalgia. It brings back, if I'd done something different, maybe I would have done something, I'd be something more or have done something else. So, we use the seniors to talk to the underclassmen about decisions that they made along the way that they would have kept or they would have changed, because we're all ruled by the psychology of results about what we do. So you take what they've done, they share it with our underclassmen. You celebrate them with their parents and the achievement of getting a degree here at William & Mary, and hopefully you get a W and on all those things. And so senior day is a big day, big opportunity that coincides with having a big game and a big opportunity.
Well, you mentioned the W. Let's talk about the X's and O's, if you will, for this game. Richmond comes in maybe the hottest team in the league. They've won 3 in a row after getting back their starting quarterback.
Yeah, Joe Mancuso for them was out a little bit, and now he's back. And, he's a guy that did a great job running the ball. They will run him. They have design runs for him. They do a great job of, kind of the read option, and where, the running back and the quarterback are just pause for a second behind the line of scrimmage, watch what you do. And if you're downhill real quick, quarterback has the ability to pull it and throw it. So, we got to make sure that, we have all aspects executed in terms of how we're going to defense that. Defensively, they're one of the best defenses also in the CAA. And so as I look at it, Jay, they got a good offense that runs the ball well. We got a good defense. They have a good defense in terms of run stop and, overall defense. Well, we still have the number one offense in rushing the ball in the CAA. So, it's going to be us against them more than anything else in a lot of areas in order to compete and, and be efficient, proficient, and execute on. So, but this is what it's all about now, the last regular season game and a chance for getting the Capital Cup back and a seventh win and possible opportunities after that.
Coach, before the ball game, I understand at the Laycock Center, the atrium is going to be named after Bob Soldrich, who anybody that's followed Tribe football over many, many years knows that name. Your memories of Bob?
Yeah, I've known Bob for a long, long time, and as a coach, and when you're playing your careers, you go against each other, and you just hear about each other. And being in the state of Virginia, all the different places, on the road recruiting, conventions, and things like that, I know he's a beloved individual. A lot of players will be around, recognizing, supporting him, honoring him. There'll be family members here for him. At the Laycock Center, be able to rename the atrium area, in Bob's name. I'm quite sure it'll be emotional, but also it's fitting, that you have one of the Tribe's very own, having his name added to it and continue a legacy there. So, those are the types of things that William & Mary football alum, people that support the program, that very proud of, and it'll be a special moment, I'm sure. And then we'd like to make sure we follow that up with a special moment out on the football field as well.
Coach, thanks for your time today, and go Tribe this weekend. Good luck.
Thanks, Jay.
We're opening the door to better financial services, better experiences, better partnerships, better technology, better communities, and a better future.
Everything you know about Colonial Heritage is true. A beautiful golf course with exquisite dining and superb event space. But this is also true. You don't have to live there to play, dine, or celebrate there. So let Colonial Heritage be your host for a round, a meal, or a gathering. It's all true. You don't have to live there to enjoy being there. At Colonial Heritage, golf memberships are available. ColonialHeritageClub.com.
What does tomorrow look like? That's really up to us. By exploring what's ahead and learning from where we've been, we find ways to care and teach ourselves and others how to heal so that we can make life better by design.
Welcome back to Tribe Talk, presented by Truist. With us is the starting linebacker for William & Mary football, Tyler Crist, a two-time captain on this squad. And first of all, Tyler, thanks for taking some time today.
Glad to be here.
You are being interviewed from the Laycock Center, where you are obviously obeying all the protocols, and we appreciate that. I have not interviewed many two-time captains in my career here at William & Mary. There are a few, but what does it mean to be trusted, if for lack of a better term, by your teammates a couple of years in a row?
I mean, obviously coming back the next year, you don't expect to be elected again. It was definitely earned, and it was a right that I appreciate that my teammates decided to make me captain again. So just more than grateful.
what you feel like your specific role is. I mean, you've got a very unique position on this team. And we'll talk about the fact that you've been on both sides of the football over the years, but what's the main role of a captain of this football team?
I mean, now it is just leadership and maturity. I mean, we got a lot of younger guys that are playing this year, some freshmen that, are kind of seeing that field, a lot earlier than some other people. So just having the experience and really be able to get these guys in line and tell them, like, just because I've been there, and I can kind of get them in the right direction and we can kind of be on the same page where they're not just like out there by themselves.
Tyler, earlier this year, you were injured. Won't go into the type of injury it was, but you battled with every breath of your body to get back into this in uniform. Was there ever any doubt in your mind you'd be playing football again?
When I first got the news, the options weren't exactly great. One was, the one I chose now, and the other one was I wasn't going to play. And there was still uncertainty, obviously, after going through what I did. But I think I got around I was 2 weeks out of the surgery. I knew, I was like, I'm going to play one way or another. Didn't think I was going to play this early, but definitely knew I was going to be able to play. So it was a breath of relief. But yeah, when I first got the news, definitely didn't think I was going to play.
Yeah, you came back at least 3 or 4 weeks earlier than projected, and we are glad you did. Tell us about that linebacker position. You started out your career. By the way, you are a 3-time All-CAA fullback, and now the last couple of years as linebacker. How did that happen?
I mean, obviously, I started here as a linebacker. They didn't really need any more linebackers, but there was a need for a fullback, and I played that in high school, so I filled that role the way I could. Switched offense coordinator, switched kind of offenses, kind of came into 2019, kind of went away from the fullback, but still wanted to contribute heavily to the team. And I knew that position could be filled on defense. So kind of switched right back over, and I've kind of just been able to help out the defense as much as I can. It's ironic because obviously the new offensive coordinator we have now definitely uses the fullback as much. So it's kind of like one of those, if I would have waited longer, I might have still been on offense, but I still love my role now on defense.
Yeah, I know I've talked to you several times over the years, and I think you enjoy getting to the quarterback as much or more than scoring a touchdown, huh?
It has its highs and lows. I mean, people ask, like, what do you enjoy more? I mean, scoring a touchdown is pretty cool. Playing the fullback position, I was like, yeah, but getting a sack is pretty cool, especially on third down when you get the defense off the field.
So I guess the best of all worlds is scoring a touchdown from the defensive side of the football, which, by the way, you've done. You've had 4 total touchdowns in your career. Remind us again what that touchdown was on defense.
The defense that we played Towson in 2019. Trey got the sack on the quarterback. He fumbled the ball. We had to be on the 20 or 30-yard line, them coming out and just picked the ball up, and was lucky to be in the right position and scored a touchdown.
Well, the Tribe's lucky to have you on the football field. So, Richmond this weekend. Give us some of your memories. You've been around a while, 5 years into it, and you played Richmond every year. To some of your memories of this Richmond series, and from a fan standpoint, I mean, we're all hyped up. Big rivalry, arch rival. Some would consider. Is it that way with the football players?
It always is. I mean, we could be winless or we could be undefeated. The rivalry stays the same. Rich can be the same way. They could be 11-0 or 0-11. We would still treat them the same way. It's a great tradition being around as long as it is, and it's awesome to be a part of something as big as it has been. Especially people over the years. Obviously, I've been around a couple years, seeing different teams. Like when we won in 2016 at home with different players, and then we won it again in 2019 away. It's always a special experience, regardless of what team it is that year.
Coach London preaches resiliency, the so what, now what mentality. You've lived through COVID as a student athlete here at William & Mary. You're now obviously with the COVID protocol at the Laycock Center with the mask on. Is this something you think that you're going to learn from as you continue your career after football season?
I mean, I think it's just another step in where I'm going in life. Obviously, there's obstacles between school, college, now COVID. It's just another thing where all right, we'll get through it and on to the next. You don't think too much about it, just on to the next.
Well, speaking of on to the next, you've already gotten your degree at William & Mary. You're now in the master's program. Tell us about your master's degree and what you want to do with it.
Yeah, so I obviously wanted to come back for another year, and I wanted to utilize my education to its fullest capacity. So I'm in the MSBA, the Masters of Science and Business Analytic program. It's a 1-year program. Just basically kind of gets me a little more tech savvy, as you'd say, coming from a Canese background. I wanted to be in business before I got here, but changed majors once, or changed areas once I kind of decided for the major. So being able to come back to that and be able to brush up and get a little more experience in that world is going to help me tremendously. Moving forward, I'm definitely looking more into medical sales or anything along the aspect like that. I still like working in a healthcare field, but from a sales aspect, I think I can really thrive.
Well, we're looking forward to following your career on Saturday and maybe beyond, and certainly post your graduate degree as well. But with that analytics degree, I mean, that's all the rage now in sports. Maybe you can find a position there.
They might see me on a sports center talk show someday,
Very nice. Tyler, Crist, thanks for being our guest, and good luck this weekend. And thanks for all your contributions to Tribe Athletics over your career.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
If these times have taught us anything, it's that anything is possible, especially at our public schools. Overcoming great adversity, we salute our teachers and students who brought their A game every day. Whatever tomorrow brings, our commitment to public schools is stronger than ever. A win for education. The Virginia Lottery. $11 billion to Virginia's public schools since 1999.
Fun fact, Mountain Dew and spicy chicken is the perfect combo.
Does it look like I don't know that?
Okay. Didn't mean to ruffle your feathers.
We both did the employee training, Gary.
Okay, don't jump down my beak.
Doing spicy? Do the do.
We're opening the door to better financial services, better experiences, better partnerships, better technology, better communities, and a better future.
We are Growth for Virginia, a grassroots campaign bringing together students, parents, employers, and educators. We believe talent is what sets Virginia apart. We believe in providing all Virginians affordable pathways from learning to earning. We believe innovation and investment in our standout higher education system can make Virginia America's talent leader. Together, we're asking our leaders to make transformational investments in our future and a stronger Virginia.
The William & Mary Student Athlete of the Week, presented by the Virginia Lottery, recognizes Tribe student athletes for their standout efforts in competition, the classroom, and the community. This week's William & Mary Student Athlete of the Week, presented by the Virginia Lottery, is women's basketball junior Bellamy. Bree was voted the winner by the William & Mary fan base via social media polls on both the @Tribe Athletics Twitter and Instagram accounts. Men's basketball's Ben White, men's cross country's Jacob Jones, and women's cross country Ariana DeBoer were also honored as finalists for the weekly award. Bree led the Tribe in scoring in both games last week, including a game-high 15 points in the Tribe's win over Randolph College on Sunday. Bree majors in kinesiology and health sciences, and last year was named to the CAA Commissioner's Academic Honor Roll. Congratulations, Bree Bellamy.
Everything you know about colonial heritage is true. A beautiful golf course with exquisite dining and superb event space. But this is also true. You don't have to live there to play, dine, or celebrate there. So let Colonial Heritage be your host for a round, a meal, or a gathering. It's all true. You don't have to live there to enjoy being there. At Colonial Heritage, golf memberships are available. ColonialHeritageClub.com.
We're opening the door to better financial services, better experiences, better partnerships, better technology, better communities, and a better future.
At William & Mary, we strive to be more than we are and to do more than we've ever done. Here, we do not live in the shadows of the giants of American history that we helped to shape. We stand on their shoulders, reaching higher, looking further, and leading the way forward. To be a place where history happens every day, and to be a university for the bold.
Welcome back to Tribe Talk, presented by Truist. With us is a very special guest, the man that actually played football at William & Mary and has supported this program in many different ways over the years, John Mitrovic. And first of all, John, thanks for joining us. Obviously, you were with Pivot Physical Therapy, and you know, y'all have been a part of this program for many, many years. And why is that?
Jay, as you know, Wayne McMasters and I were teammates. Wayne started Tidewater Physical Therapy, which is now Pivot Physical Therapy. And after we graduated, we stayed in touch. And after graduate school, got together and started working together down in Newport News. And we were able to expand our business into the state of Virginia to about 30 offices, of which we started getting approached by a lot of different companies nationally. And Pivot was one that kind of fit our mold and allowed us to keep our brand alive and keep our culture alive.
You and Wayne both were defensive players, as I recall, here at William & Mary. Very good ones. You have a great story as how you wound up at linebacker.
Well, I came down here as a fullback strong safety out of high school and did not dress the first game against VMI, and I was kind of upset about that because I really wanted to have, be on a sideline. And so our first home game was against Colgate. One of my high school teammates, a year older, was playing for Colgate, and my godfather in my hometown in Hamilton, New Jersey, he got 3 busloads of people marketing as Paul versus John playing against each other, and I had made 13 kickoffs, so I didn't expect to get into the game. And fortunately and unfortunately, we had 5 linebackers go down, and Coach Root grabbed me by the shoulder pads and said, "Johnny, we need you to go in and play linebacker." And I got with the linebacker coach, and he gave me my reads and such and forth. And I went in and had a tackle for loss and 3 assisted tackles and a deflected pass. And on Monday, when I went out to defensive back practice, they said, "You're a linebacker from now on." So there it's that.
Hey, Mitro, it's Richmond versus William & Mary this weekend. Tell us about that rivalry. What's so heated about it?
Well, I think, one, it's a traditional rivalry. They're always hard-hitting games. They're good games. It's a good rival. People get excited for it. People come back for it. Every year we get really good crowds, and it's really good fun, and it's good competition, and it's good for both schools.
Speaking of a good crowd, there will be a very good crowd of former William & Mary football players in Saturday's game for many reasons. Obviously, the Richmond-William & Mary game is meaningful in a lot of different ways, but a man named Bob Soldrich, who was so important to this program, who passed way too young, will be memorialized in a program on Saturday at the Laycock Center. My question to you is, John, what are your memories of Bob and how important he was to William & Mary?
Well, when Soldy came into town as a freshman, he got some playing time, and I was a linebacker, obviously, and he was playing center and guard. And one of the things I do remember about Soldy early on was, wow, this guy can come off the ball and hit you. I mean, he was really good as an offensive lineman. and progressed into being a really great coach at the collegiate level, spending a majority of his career here at the College of William and Mary. And when he transitioned into the athletic department on the fundraising side, the job that he was doing here, getting people back involved with the program, was incredible. Guys from the 90s, 80s, 90s, the early 2000s coming back to events was incredible. And it's a big loss for us, not only on that side, but more importantly, as a friend and a colleague. Just a great guy. This will be a great memorial. I'm really excited about all the guys that are coming back. A lot of his offensive linemen who I've stayed in touch with over the years via email or FaceTime. They're excited to come back and honor this great man. And we're excited to have his family here as well.
Well, thank you very much for those wonderful stories. Circling back to Pivot Physical Therapy, tell us a little about how we can learn more about Pivot Physical Therapy and what you all do.
We are a regional physical therapy company working from Pennsylvania down to North Carolina, as far west as West Virginia. So we have about plus 300 offices involved in a lot of different things. The Pivot Health System, we do workman's compensation on-site innovations where we have athletic trainers that go on site and kind of keep an eye on the workers and tell them what to do not to get hurt. So trying to kind of a fitness model, if you will, but also a safety model so that people don't get hurt and, doesn't create this big cost for the company. So it's a cost savings. And of course, we have a fairly robust sports medicine program with athletic trainers that work at the local high schools in the different states. And of course, here in Williamsburg, we have our 4 locations, our hand center, our office here, the advanced specialty center where we do more kind of rehab for neurological conditions, and our Norge office, which will be moving to the Harris Teeter location there in Lightfoot come, I'm thinking January, February. More importantly than anything with this COVID thing, we've sat too much. We haven't moved enough. Get up and move and make sure you're doing all your stretches on a daily basis, because your range of motion is really, really important, particularly as we age. And with that, you got to do some cardiovascular stuff and also some strengthening. And if you do that and take care of yourself, you can enjoy your life and stay active.
John, you have enjoyed your life and mostly devoting it to William and Mary, your alma mater, doing so much, you and Wayne McMasters, and we appreciate your time today.
Great, Jay. Thank you. Have a great day. Go Tribe.